Nice. What a top deck. Wow. It was about time. I mean, we dug through so much. Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be playing or revisiting Brilliant Restoration. It's my favorite card of Kamigawa along with Kamiwar here, of course, and we just decided to put a list around it, a Boros list that's even better than the Dragon's Reanimator list that uses Invoke Justice, and just win some games with probably like 1 or 2 hits. So it's going to be in a standard best of 1 list, of course, with average converted mana cost 4.6, 4 creatures, 33 non-creatures, and 23 lands. The mana cost here doesn't really matter because we're not really hard casting any of these top ends here. We're just discarding them and then reanimating them. I think this card is by far like one of the best or the best reanimator card in standard at the moment, and it's for a very good reason, right? It says for 7 mana, return all artifact and enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. So we have a pretty decent list here and a pretty decent interaction here as well. We're playing 8 2-mana discard spells because it's very important since we're running 23 lands, and the reason why we're running 23 lands is because we don't want to flood. While we're going to discard a lot and draw a lot off the top, if we're running 24 lands, we're just going to flood miserably. So we need 23 lands to make it as balanced as possible, and we need 8 discard spells, at least 8 2-mana discard spells, because if you're running 23 lands, it's very likely for you to open with a 2-land hand. So you need this early on acceleration, right? Early on discard, draw, discard, draw, discard, draw. So Cathartic Pyre plays an important role here. It's an instant, it can deal damage to planeswalker and creature, and it can also discard and draw, right? Thrilling Discovery gains life and draws 3 cards. We're also having a on-curve Fable of the Mirror Breaker here that we can actually even discard if we don't have any of these in hand, and later on reanimate with Brilliant Restoration. Also, Fable is very, very important here because it plays the role of crowing our Thundersteel Colossus here. The 2-mana Goblin or the reflection of Kiki-Jiki itself can crow the Colossus here, which is very, very important. So 4 of is a must. Seize the Spoils, 3 copies, 7 3-mana discard spells here. Seize the Spoils is very important as well since it creates treasures. 2 big scores here, Treasure Maker, and it makes you able to cast a Brilliant Restoration on turn 5, which is very good. Then 4 Doom Scars, which is absolutely necessary because best of 1, I mean aggro, right? So especially in standard, so Doom Scar has been our insurance policy here, helps us survive. And then our discard targets, we're running 12 of them. We're running Iron Hoof Boar here, and I like the boar because it has trample and haste. Also, I like the boar because it can discard itself, right? Just in case, you know, you get unlucky sometimes, you're not drawing good, which is very unlikely because the deck is very well balanced, but this card can discard itself. And usually we discard it to either chump block with a goblin or attack with the goblin, and if they chump block the goblin, we just discard this, make the goblin big, give it trample, and then it attacks through, and then our goblin survives, right? Or the Kiki-Jiki for that matter. Then we're running 4 Kamiwar because it's an enchantment that we can reanimate with Brilliant Restoration. Also, it's like the best 6-mana enchantment, I guess, in my opinion at the moment in standard. Also, we're running 4 Thundersteel Colossus, 7 mana, crew 2, which is very easily crewed here, and also it has trample and haste. So that's the idea here, right? Trample and haste. So no matter what they have on the battlefield, if your graveyard is pretty well stacked, Kamiwar removes necessary stuff that you need to remove, and then Thundersteel Colossus and Ironhoof Boar here can crew a potential Fable token or reflection of Kiki-Jiki and just hit your opponent either once or twice and close out the game. Usually when you have 3 of these and you have a pretty open field, you can just attack with all 3 of these and just win the game because they're 21 damage. But if you don't, you can just crew them with Ironhoof Boar here, or like the Shaman here, and just attack and win. Very straightforward list, doesn't really need any introduction or anything like that. It's not a list that you have to put a ton of thought process into, but it's a list that requires sequencing, and you have to know what to play first, right? Sometimes when you're facing threats, you have to keep up Cathartic Pyre as like a removal spell. Sometimes If you have multiple copies, you keep one as a removal spell, you use the other one to discard. Sometimes you even discard your own discard spells in hopes of top decking like a restoration or something like that, right? We are running 4 restorations. It's a very important card. The list revolves around this card. If you don't have this card, then you have a dead list, so it's very important to run 4 restorations here. Also, if you're thinking about Invoke Justice, reanimating only one of these doesn't really seem all that good, although if you have a Fable token and you reanimate the Thundersteel Colossus, and then you put all the +1 counters on the Colossus, it becomes like an 11/11 or more, I think. So it can have haste, it can crow itself the same time you reanimate it, and then attack from there and just win the game, right? So there's a lot of ways you can go about this list, but I think this is the most consistent one for me personally. And I like the fact that we have a ton of discard, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to accelerate the discard. Discard these targets, which we have 12 of, and then just reanimate. Very straightforward. Make mana, survive, reanimate, win the game. Within the mana base here, we have your pretty straightforward mana base here for Boros, right? 5 mountains, 6 plains, because we need a lot of white for restoration here. 1 cave, 1 Igonjo, 1 den, 1 Sokinzon here, and then a dual lands and pathways here as well. And with that being said, that does it for the list. The list is very fast. If you get your combo right and you reanimate, it's usually game. Not a lot of players can actually recover from it, or not a lot of decks can recover from it. And I think this is better than the Boros Dragon list, mainly because of the explosive factor. The Dragon list usually requires you to attack with the dragon twice or 3 times, while this list, if you stack up your graveyard, you can potentially attack 1 time, especially with Camuor here, because Camuor can remove these pesky creatures that might be able to block, and then you can attack them once and hit them once and kill them potentially. I've made a list that revolves around Brilliant Restoration a while ago, months ago, and it's one of my most favorite cards of Kamigawa, if not the favorite card, along with Camuor here, and I love the list. Right, so it's Boros strictly, no splash, nothing like that. Very clear plan. You just jump right in, do your thing, discard, reanimate, win the game, right? Or Doomscard, then reanimate, then win the game, right? That's about it here. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you find any value within my lists, if you've been enjoying the variety, make sure you like the videos. Also subscribe to the channel so we can grow more and reach higher and higher goals within the channel. Of course, you can also check out all the links down in the description. You can become a patron, you can become a member of the channel. If we reach 200 members on the channel, we are going to start live streaming every day, which is a goal of mine as well in the near future. Also, if you want any private coaching sessions, hit up the Discord for your inquiries, and we'll go from there. With that being said, I'll see you guys later with another video. Okay, bye. All right, man, again we mulligan. We have to open with a 2 mana discard spell, or else we just don't play the game. Okay. Very unfortunate here that we have to discard to seize the spoils, but these are very good draws here. Galagreators, sure. Alright, that's pretty good. Yeah, we kind of need lands here, but okay. That's something. We have big score next turn, which is very important for us. Discard the Cathartic Pyre here. Getting the Fable here is very important, right? But we still don't have a Colossus in the graveyard, which is fine. I guess it's okay. So we have Restoration next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, seems like we do. They make mana here. They're off to a very slow start. Okay. We draw Colossus, so I guess we wait. Yeah, I think we wait. I actually do want the Fable to be in the graveyard, right? Actually, it has to be the Colossus here. If we draw another discard spell, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, let's just play this so you can discard the other Colossus here. Let's just go big here since they're playing really slow. We still have the mana for the restorations and back-to-back restorations, that is. So it's pretty good so far. Adeline. Okay. We're playing Naya, but they're not drawing any cards. Probably playing a 24 land list. Yeah, that's okay. We block this. Okay. That's fine. Another boar. I think we just go for it here. Yeah, we kind of needed the shaman to survive there, but it's okay. Yeah, they can't deal with that. Alright. Bad hand, but we'll try it. Bad hand because we don't have a 2 mana discard spell, and bad hand because we don't have two targets to discard here. Oh, what am I doing? I'm just gonna pass here. Maybe I should have foretold the Doomscar, but it's whatever. Cathartic Pyre is pretty good. Do we accelerate? Probably not. Just gonna pass here. We need more things to discard than the Colossuses here. Okay, they play a land. They can play another 2-drop here or a 3-drop. Okay, nothing so far. So a slow start. Okay, that's pretty good. It's a pretty decent draw here. Next turn we have Doomscar for whatever they might top deck here or play. Probably a big threat here. Yeah. Vorinclex, sure. Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind that. Spirit is okay. I think we just go for it here. We try to race them this way. They attack us with a 6/6. If they have another Vorinclex, that's game. Of course they have another Vorinclex, right? Just a Blizzard Brawl, sure. I mean, our best bet here is to top deck a... Okay. Yeah, our best bet is to top deck a Fable here, I think. I'm just gonna play this here and pass. Try to block with one of these Colossuses, right? We kill one threat and we still deal damage here. That's pretty good. I think they're flooding at the moment, which we like. That's game. Nice. Alright. I guess that's a keepable hand. Risky, but not really keepable anymore. Now it is. Turn 1 flip Delver, that's game. Oh, Not flipped. Well, it's still pretty much game, right? A turn 1 like that. Yeah. This is possibly like the worst deck that we can play against, to be honest. Yeah, we're gonna be very slow against them. Okay. I mean, if we had another discard spell, I'd probably use the Cathartic Pyre here, but that's a saw it coming, it seems like. Thrilling Discovery should be pretty decent here, I think. Still haven't flipped the Delver, which is very lucky for us here. But they have a ton of protection here, it seems like. Alright, I'm just gonna foretell and pass, I guess. Try to Doom Scar as much as possible. They're not conniving, they're not doing anything here. I think we just need to get this down here. Okay. They finally flipped the Delver. Alright. Still pretty scary though. We're gonna try to Doomscar here, but who knows? We just need a Restoration, that's all we need. Let's try to Doomscar here. Since we have a ton of mana, it worked. That's pretty good. Alright. We just pass here then. Nice. So we have a chance here, but the Hall is going to hit us pretty hard. The Hall is going to hit us really hard, actually. Fairy Vandal. Okay. And we just need one Restoration off the top. Just one. Okay. Yeah. No Hall attack. Just one Restoration off the top. Okay. The boar is something here. Okay. Sure. Yeah, they can just sink all their mana here. Can attack with the 4/4. And one Restoration is all I ask for. We dug through so much, right? We dug through the deck so many times here. They've got what? Fading Hope? Yeah. Maybe Protection. Just one Restoration off the top. It's about time, right? No more Kami Wars. 2 boars. Yeah, Restoration is at 11%, so it's very likely for us to top deck a Restoration here. Into the Royal. on the Fable. Nice. What a top deck. Wow. It was about time. I mean, we dug through so much, right? Can we kill them, though? That's the question. We attack. I mean, yeah. We weren't going to kill them this turn because they bounced the Fable, right? If the Fable stayed on the battlefield, we could have definitely killed them this turn at 21 damage with the Colossuses. But since they bounced the Fable, I was going to attack with only one Colossus and keep one back for the haul, right? GG's. Alright. No 2-mana discard, but we have Fables, right? And I guess we try this out. No Doomscar, nothing. Okay, we drew a 2-mana discard. That's pretty good. That should unlock our entire game plan here. Lunarch Veteran. Okay. They probably just top deck that. Sure. Okay. We have to get a Fable down here so that we can start making treasures. Voice of the Blessed. Sure. We also need to draw a Doomscar here pretty badly. Okay, well, we have plenty of things to discard here. Plenty of things to discard. But I guess we're going to take a significant amount of damage. Okay. Yeah, we can't block that. Let's take that damage, it's fine. Doomscar. Alright, let's discard both of the boars here. Huh. Very, very interesting here. I think we have to get the other Fable down here, right? But we can get the Fable down and hold something up, like either well, I mean, not hold anything up, just foretell the Doomscar, right? Let's see what happens. I think we go for the plan to foretell the Doomscar here because it's very alarming at the moment. We get this down. We get 2 treasure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So even if we foretell the Doomscar, we have Restoration next turn. Okay. And that's, of course, unless they just exile these or do something to them. But our backup plan is Doomscar. Another Voice of the Blessed, yeah. This is getting very close, but we're going to have 2 Cameo Wars in the graveyard, right? So we can just exile these with the Restoration next turn. Yeah, and we can't attack at the moment. I mean, we can't block. So of course we're going to take 6 here. Okay. Alright. So 1 flips, 1 discards. That's pretty good. We have Restoration post-combat, I guess. Which is still fine, since we have 2 Cameo Wars in the graveyard. Yeah, they take the block on 1. That's fine. Okay. That's pretty good. That has to be really good. Okay, and we pass. Look at this board, man. I love this card. I really do. Next turn they're dead? Probably. Yeah. Looks like they are. I mean, we can just bounce their stuff no matter what they play here and just go from there. Maul of the Skyclaves isn't really going to do it for you. Sure. Yeah. They lose the Maul here. Oh, I mean, they lose the equip thing on the Maul, right? Yeah, that's pretty much game here. We take this, we bounce that. They have to discard as well. Yeah, this game. Nice. Okay, we keep this. Let's try this out. Hopefully we can find something else to discard besides this. So what are we discarding here? Nothing. Okay. We drew something else to discard, which is pretty good. So we just resolve the shaman here, or the fable. Discard both of these next turn. Shakedown heavy. Don't have an answer for shakedown heavy, to be honest. I mean, Doomscar could be an answer, right? But we need to big score. I mean, Camior could be an answer as well, so I guess we just need to big score and discard the Doomscar so that we can have a land, unless we attack with the Shaman, right? If we attack with the Shaman, that's 5 mana, 6, 7, yeah. So I guess we're just big scoring the land here. Yeah, they let it through, that's fine. Okay. Fight rigging. Yeah. It's gonna have to resolve. It's gonna have to resolve. Battle Mammoth, that's fine. Alright, so I guess we're just doom scarring for now. Resolve, decline. Yeah, let's take that damage, it's fine. Yeah, that's okay. I Ganjo and a ton of lands, which is just okay, right? That's okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another shakedown heavy. But we have many restorations here. Exile this. Alright, that's pretty good. And that's game. Nice. Yeah, once we resolve a restoration with a decent graveyard, they can't come back from that. Alright, this one is a joke. This one is... It's difficult to decide, right? It's very unfortunate. We need all of these cards and all of these lands as well, but I think it's going to have to be a land, probably. Maybe the Doomscar, since we don't have the mana for it. Very, very unfortunate. Okay. Flooding? Maybe. You can give them land here. Okay. Play the Fable here. Hope the Fable survives. If the Fable doesn't survive, then we're just scooping, right? Aspirant. Hopefully something good. I guess nothing good here. Yeah, I mean, we have to go for it. They're gonna take the block. That's pretty good. Why would you block with an aspirant? Makes no sense. You can just outgrow the shaman, just take the 2 damage, right? We're struggling at the moment. We really are. Enrica, sure. Big score is just an absurd top deck, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna pass here. Not gonna play a land, because I'd want to discard the land for Seize the Spoils or anything that we might draw there. And plus, playing a mountain doesn't really help our restoration in any way, and we have restoration mana anyway, so might as well. Our graveyard is pretty decent as well. Cathartic Pyre, that's a very good draw for me. I'm gonna discard this. It's very possible for us to draw a land here, so might as well. Okay. I guess we just attack with the reflection here, but they might have Wandering Emperor since they passed, so I'm not gonna attack. Yeah, it seems like they really do have Wandering Emperor here. So we're gonna use the Cathartic Pyre on the Henrika. Acquisitions Expert is a very good draw for me here, because it helps me discard the boar since I want to use the Cathartic Pyre on the Henrika, right? And an aspirant. Let's see where they want to put the +1/+1 counter here. On Henrika. Okay, that's pretty good. So all we're missing here is a restoration, right? Or something to draw it with. So I guess we just pass. Also, if I was going to draw or top deck something that discards, I'd want to have cards in hand. Yeah, they're just passing, sure. Just gonna pass as well. Agro mauling is fine. Okay. %10 chance that we draw a restoration here. I'm gonna hold on to the Doom Scar for as long as possible, but if I draw a discard spell, I'm definitely gonna use it. Definitely gonna use it here. We still have restoration mana, which is pretty good. Come on, restoration off the top. Nice. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna keep this in hand. The Iganjo here. And we're gonna Brilliant Restoration here. That's pretty good. Exile this. I think we can kill them this turn unless they have an Emperor. And they've been passing like they have multiple copies of Emperor here. Probably exiling the Thundersteel Colossus here. But if it's just a Vanishing Verse, then that's pretty good. Yeah, they said, oops. You're still going to lose the game. That's okay. you're still going to lose. Like, no matter what you do here, opponent, you lost the game. Even if you have a board wipe or anything like that, I have a cave to follow it up with, so no need to be salty there, opponent. I knew you had an Emperor like 5 turns ago. I mean, they played kind of terribly, right? They traded with the Aspirant, they kept mana open. I mean, it's very clear. Yeah, that's their last hurrah over here, which is just GG's. Meat Hook Massacre for 4. Yeah. Okay. Just gonna attack them with the cave here, I think. That's pretty good. Let's just close out the game here. Or, I mean, we can just kill the Emperor, sure. They did have a board wipe, it seems like, which is fine. This flips next turn. They lost the game. I mean, there's no way for them to equalize from that anymore. Absolutely no way. They draw and lose 1 life, sure. Our enchantments flip, just fine. I think we discard both of these. Okay. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. You just pass here. Let them draw off of the Henrika, I guess. Lose 1 life, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, the Meat Hook Massacre was good for them, absolutely. But since they've been very toxic here so far, let's just close out the game. Yeah. Nice.